See, and that's insane to me because I can't believe that a greasy chicken place with sauces as the main thing is clean.
Sauce, like salt all over the tables. I don't know what it is, man.
I have a feeling that Andy's going to a place that he thinks is Lane's, but is actually like a Faye-run place, but just because it sounds suspicious. To be clean and consistent like that much, it sounds like part of like a brain modification where you're being tricked into
that new headcanon.
This thing. The computers can't come up with variety. They have the same.
Hey, if that's how I go, I'm good. I'm good if I go slipping into a coma of happy chicken.
Owned by the Fae.
Lane's Chicken is the Matrix. Like, it's the door out of the Matrix.
Nice. If I'm in a goo pit somewhere and I'm just imagining this delicious, perfectly done chicken, I'm good. I'm good.
Like Cypher putting that steak in your mouth on this chicken.
Oh, God. I didn't have breakfast yet, and now we're talking about all this food.
Hey, I'm Joe.
I'm Ken.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dan.
And we're the Rewinders, rewinding movies to see if they hold up. And this time, we shoved both our hands up inside the felty goodness of Muppet Treasure Island.
On point, Joe.
It's a good vision that I gave
Very on
there.
point.
I will start with my experience with this movie. I never watched it before. This was my first time watching it. I may have saw clips of it, but I never watched the whole thing.
Isn't it nice not having to bring anything to the table?
It came out in 1996. I was in the middle of high school, and for some odd reason, it didn't work out for watching it. I always liked the Muppets, but this one never really caught me. Movies in 96 that I did watch, though. Dragonheart.
Ooh.
I watched that. Twister. I watched that.
I watched that a lot.
Independence Day. I watched that.
Same.
Romeo and Juliet. I watched that.
The Baz Luhrmann one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Craft. I watched that. And Fargo. I
watched a lot of these movies.
96 was a good year for film.
I was going to say, what year? 96?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the 90s, just you could count on the 90s having just banger years where this had clusters of films coming out at the same time.
Mind you, I didn't watch any of those movies in 96 apart from maybe Independence Day or Twister.
Oh, The Rock.
Saw a lot of those movies.
Yeah. See, but I didn't watch The Rock until later. Same thing with Scream. I didn't watch that till later.
I didn't watch Scream till later, yeah. I agree with that one. But I was in theaters for Independence Day. I was definitely there for The Rock because my sister introduced me to that.
Oh, hey, Harriet the Spy.
I remember seeing Muppet Treasure Island in the theater, but I don't think it was in 96. Oh, maybe it was. I remember. So we went to theater. It doesn't exist anymore. It is what is now the Marquis Grand on the north side of Appleton. That used to be a theater. It was like a cheap seats kind of theater.
Yeah.
And we went to go see Muppet Treasure Island, and it scared my sister so badly that I did not get to finish the film.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yep.
The first movie I saw at that theater was Austin Powers.
The first film that I saw at that theater was Prince of Egypt.
So I'm looking at this list of 96 movies, and I think I'm surprised because it's like, yeah, all your typical movies you'd expect, especially at that time. There are two sticking out to me that feel like they were ahead of their time at this point, just seeing them all in a collage at least. And that's Trainspotting.
Revenge?
No, that's Trainspotting and Bottle Rocket. Bottle Rocket, you got your first Wes
Anderson
movie.
I didn't see Bottle Rocket, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like everything else is like, yeah, that fits. Wait, those two came out in 96? It's kind of cool. I
don't know if I've seen either of them, but I've heard of both of them.
I also didn't realize that this was the year of the live-action 101 Dalmatians. You just kind of assume that they started doing live-action stuff back in like the 2000s, not in the 90s.
And they've always been trying to milk properties.
Well, but you got to remember that like the 90s was the renaissance for Disney, so a lot of Disney original Disney films were re-released on VHS.
Yeah, you're right.
To theaters for everyone. So there are a ton of Disney films that I grew up with that are 20 to 30 years older than I actually think they are.
Same, because it's like Little Mermaid saved Disney, and then all of a sudden my entire 90s childhood was Disney at its absolute peak.
Yep.
And then it just started winding back down again.
After they tried to do Treasure Planet and Atlantis.
Oh, I've heard so many sad things.
And then stopped doing hand-drawn animation.
I've heard they're really good and interesting.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But Treasure Planet was Don Bluth.
Was it?
It is now.
Or am I thinking something else?
New canon.
Never mind. I think it's the Atlantis or something movie was his then. I thought it was the Treasure one.
See, Treasure Planet, Atlantis, and like several other movies all kind of congeal into this big ball for me, and I have to actually mentally split them apart.
Titan AE.
Oh, you were thinking of Titan
yeah.
AE, yes.
Actually, Dan, the last fun animated movie from Disney that I remember, Emperor's New Groove. I loved that movie so much when I saw it in theaters because it was so.
That was before Treasure Planet.
That was 2000.
Treasure Planet was 2002.
Was it Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet was 2002.
Oh, okay, so Treasure Planet's less. That's probably why, because I didn't see Treasure Planet, but I hear so many people talk about how it's such a missed opportunity because it was so good.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire was 2001.
I think it's Titan AE, Atlantis, and Treasure Planet that always get mixed up. I think it's those three that congeal for me.
They all came out about the same time. They all had about the same kind of response.
Yeah. Then you get Battlefield Earth.
Ugh.
I was busy in the military, so they all kind of just slammed together for me.
There you go.
I didn't watch any of them. I just know one of them probably has a lot of memes about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Ken.
I watched this a fair amount growing up.
Fair.
I was going to say a ton,
agreed.
but I didn't watch this near as much as other movies. But yeah, I definitely watched this a fair amount growing up. Even watching it this time around, singing along to tunes. I enjoyed it as a kid. I enjoyed it as an adult, but as a kid, I also enjoyed it.
Sidebar, Ken, I never took you as a theater kid. But
yeah,
the movies you like when you were younger would lead me to believe you were a theater kid.
I absolutely should have been a theater kid. However, I lived my life in a lot of fear.
Same. Fear cripples our ability to do things that we'd like to do.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely loved being in theater, but I was scared.
I did sports and then realized that sports was not my jam. So instead of doing sports in high school, I tried to join the newspaper, and that really wasn't really rocking anything for me either. And I got stuck in the theater because I was given shitty hardware to take photos of the theater kids building the set for the show that they were going to be putting on in the spring. I'm just like, well, I got to wait for this camera to charge, so I got idle hands. Do you guys need me to do anything for you? And that's when I became a techie.
I guess at one point, I did do tech stuff at like my church at the time, but also I built a couple sets for the theater kids.
You're in theater?
That. Building was a big part of my.
Yeah,
I love
theater.
building stuff.
I love building. Building's fun. Building's great.
Don't make me act. I can't do that.
The local high school is doing a Clue this year. I might go see that.
That could be fun.
Remember that one time we talked about Clue? That was such a good movie.
That was a good movie. That was a great movie.
Really? That recording was almost 3 hours long.
Oh, Jesus.
It earned it.
I had to cut it down a lot. How did you do that one, Joe?
Did we have multiple endings?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
We had one that I had to list. Like, there's too much shit. There's too much good shit in this episode, guys. I can't keep cutting it down.
Leave it all in, unedited,
straight raw.
Leave in our half-hour pre-release pre-game.
All of the.
It's a good thing we didn't record what happened
that isn't put in it. That I have to put in it. The space between words. The space between breathing. All of the mouth noises that I had to delete.
Joe, your noise suppression's amazing.
Yeah, that really didn't come across at all.
I'm so happy, too, because mouth noises are a problem for me.
Well, that's going to be for the episode, not for us today. Andy, did you have experience with this movie?
I do.
Before?
This was a VHS along with Muppet Christmas Carol that got heavy rotation in my house. I watched these a lot. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one for me because I have not watched this movie in upwards of 20-something years. I don't even remember. I could not tell you the last time that I watched this movie. For as much as it was a part of my childhood, in my adulthood, I remembered bits and pieces. But overall, it was almost like watching it for the first time.
and it comes back and gives you a big, warm hug.
It does. It does. And
Despite the fact that you were gone for as long as you were, I had the same experience.
Yes. And I don't know why, but like I could sit down and tell you beat for beat every single thing that happens in Muppet Christmas Carol. And I'm assuming I watched that more. And I continue to watch that into my adulthood. I still watch it every year. I love that.
That's every Christmas season. It's got to be watched at least once.
Yeah. But it's interesting because Treasure Island, I just don't know.
I was just thinking it's sad that we're never going to be able to talk about Muppet Christmas Carol because we do other things at Christmas.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to, we can.
We could.
Michael Caine deserves the attention.
Let's kick that down the road a little bit.
Okay,
Maybe
I'm going to do
July.
it officially. I'm going to put
Christmas
it
in
in
July.
the movie list.
Yeah, my mom has always or was always absolutely enamored with pirates and pirate lifestyle. For some reason, she's obsessed with ships and pirates and everything. So growing up, it was a lot of her watching Mutiny on the Bounty, you know, getting excited when Cutthroat Island came to theaters in the 90s and just all that stuff. Like anything that has anything to do with pirates, that's pretty much why I know about it. Same thing with like Swiss Family Robinson and everything else like that. Like I grew up on all that stuff.
I had that. I had Swiss Family. There was that, and then what was the other? It was like, I mean, there was Lost in Space, which is just the Swiss Family Robinson in space. But what was the other?
It is.
What is? Oh God, what is the other book series? My dad had it. There were so many. Tom Swift.
Tom Swift.
Yes.
Of all the book series, I don't know which one. What is this one?
Tom Swift is like the kid's a genius and an inventor.
Encyclopedia Brown. Oh, and an
Yeah,
adventure.
he makes shit, and
I
he
make
like
shit.
there's like 30 books. I think I read them all. I'd have to go back and look. It is a very interesting young adult book series. Young adult from the young adult series, where the young adult series was really for young adults and not softcore porn for people who are over the age of 13.
Oh, it's nice that someone thinks about them.
That took a twist. I wasn't expecting it to go there.
Well, and nowadays, young adult is basically adult novels because no one has the attention span for a full adult novel or the ability to have the literacy for a full adult novel.
You just said the quiet part out loud, Joe. I think we need to figure out a way to be able to somehow inject Subway Surfers into physical media books. And we'll hit it rich. We'll hit it rich.
Christ.
Every other page can be Subway Surfers. I like this.
I want to go. I need to leave.
I'm uncomfortable.
And by leave, I just mean like, I'm going to get on a rocket and just leave.
Fair to this
don't want to be
planet.
on this planet anymore.
I'll play a Major Tom. I'm fine with this.
So, if you have not seen a Muppet Treasure Island, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, I was like, there's a little red dot that keeps appearing. So let me turn my mic down. There we go. If you have not seen Muppet Treasure Island, here's a loose description of what happens in the movie. There's a boy. He wants adventure. Random guy. Apparently used to be a pirate, and he's loud. The guy dies and gives the boy a map. The pirates want the map. The boy, and I'm putting it in air quotes, hires a crew, and the crew is secretly the pirates. The pirates worm their way into getting the map. This is what happens when you actually write your notes for this.
Oh,
That's what you were
that's
doing.
what you're writing.
Normally I do this off the top of my head. So reading is one of those things where I'm like, bleh.
Reading is hard. However, I think when I decide I want to do the synopsis of a movie, I should at least write something. Otherwise, it gets a little bit choppy.
Is this what we're talking about, Joe? Do you need some Subway Surfers to get through this?
Yeah.
All right.
So as the pirates are worming their way into getting the map, the rats are having a Caribbean vacation. And during this whole escapade, the pirates capture the kid, Jim, and force him to use the map to find the treasure. The crew is captured and they're handed over to cannibal pigs. And I think this is the first case of an elephant appearing, like a real living elephant appearing in a Muppet movie.
I think you're right.
That took me by surprise.
Joe, I'd like it if you used his real name, Jimmy Jim. please?
Yes. You gotta say fast too, or else it doesn't work.
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, you're looking at like 192 beats per minute. You just gotta get that in and out. Jim.
Miss Piggy ends up being the leader of the cannibal pigs. When the pirates find the treasure, it's empty, and they all turn on Tim Curry, but just for a bit.
Yeah, short-lived.
Just for not like a bit, but for a segment of time. Then some people who were sent away, specifically Mr. Arrow. I'm not getting into who Mr. Arrow is. Don't worry. He used to have the keys. Now he doesn't have the keys. Comes back, and Kermit and Piggy are going to be killed up on a cliffside. The pirates fight. Kermit does some Yoda fighting from the prequels style fighting, and then
Does it better than Yoda.
they capture the pirates, put them in the boat, but they were dumb and didn't realize the pirates still have keys, but it's only one pirate that has keys, and he's screwing over all the rest of the pirates, which is Long John Silver, which is Tim Curry, and then he somehow steals thousands of pounds of treasure and puts it into a tiny dinghy, and he's going to go away, but Jim catches him and was going to tattle, but doesn't, and Tim Curry paddles away, but his boat
Tim Curry
sinks.
was going to kill that kid.
And then there's a
he
party.
He was going to straight put a bullet in his head.
He was ready to murder.
I mean, he killed Dead Tom.
He did kill Dead Tom.
He did kill Dead Tom. Which, that's awful.
No, he killed real Dead Tom. He didn't kill Dead Tom. Dead Tom was fine. He killed real Dead Tom.
But anyway, at least one of the cases of treasure gets recovered by the rats who are on vacation. So not only did they have a fun Caribbean vacation, where they got to have dinner and a show with cannibal pigs, they got to have deck time all the time. They had alcohol thrown at them, literally.
Midnight buffet.
Yeah. They had all this stuff. And then they get to go home with treasure. What an amazing trip the rats had.
All cruises ended that way. Then I'd want to go on a cruise. But no, cruise ends in being ill or dead. Or both. Ill and dead.
Or covered in poop.
It ended as ill and dead for some people. What about the cabin fever? How would you handle cabin fever?
I mean, if I have to put on I don't know how to properly describe the costumes that they were wearing. Mariachi? Flamenco costumes?
Flamenco? I feel like flamenco. Yeah, flamenco's it.
And I have to do that anytime I get cabin fever? That's a lot of work.
Can be.
By the time you're done, you're like, hey, that was fun.
It's a lot of luggage space.
Let's do something else now.
God, the hat alone.
It's a good use of time.
Where am I keeping that? That's not fitting in a standard luggage box. No way.
Well, you got to steal the fruit from the buffet. So you can only have cabin fever at midnight, apparently. Joe, were they actually cannibal pigs, or were they more tribal pigs?
I'm reading between the lines because they had a big cistern that they were bubbling over water, and they were going to put a Kermit in there for a bit, but then they didn't.
Now, are we saying that Muppet eating Muppet is cannibalism, or are we saying pig eating frog?
Yeah. I wasn't meaning pig cannibalism. I was meaning Muppet cannibalism.
Ah, okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that's a good thing to clarify.
I'm glad we cleared that up. Really
yeah.
It was in dire need of clarification.
And the pigs did not like orange soda. There was no orange soda in this tribe.
Oh, that's just a ping in my childhood. It's like, if you think about natives, they have to somehow love orange soda, or else it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand this reference.
Joe versus the volcano.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're obsessed with orange soda because it kept washing up on shore. Yeah.
I can't say I didn't see it, but I don't remember it.
Oh, it's good. It's so good.
I rember enjoying it.
Tom Hanks has a brain cloud. Everything goes south.
That's right. I'm going to watch that movie again sometime.
I don't think that is a film I've seen. Because you say Joe versus the volcano.
You had to. We talked about it.
Yeah. I jumped to Joe Dirt.
Oh, Joe versus the volcano.
Not the same. I know that's not the same.
Oh, no. That's bad.
That's not it at all. You're a liar.
Dan, we talked about it in this very podcast.
Did we? Son of a bitch. I got to look it up again.
What's a podcast? I thought we were just hanging out.
It feels like it. It's great. I love it. Oh, gosh. I'm not going to look up our old podcasts. Instead, we're going to talk about this here movie. I should have taken notes.
Yeah.
I got myself in a bad precedent with movies I enjoy.
We did get ourselves into a bad precedent.
How about them songs? Good songs. I'm always surprised at how well the terrible sound like Muppets singing by themselves sound awful. But when they start harmonizing with each other, they start sounding really surprisingly good. I don't know how that works.
And you got that lofty, high falsetto kid voice that just makes you want to plug your ears.
They had to do a lot of retakes because his voice is breaking in this movie.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tim Curry does not sound like Tim Curry that much when he's singing. I don't know if he's overprocessed or what it is, but that just doesn't sound like his voice.
I love Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry. I love him. I love him. I love him. But if there's one thing about Tim Curry, it's like he can't stick to a damn accent to save his life. I love that about him. Tim Curry, no disrespect. Like you see Congo and his accent's kind of fluctuating here and there. You see in Command and Conquer, he was Russian. He was the Russian leader in that game, and it was painful that he's not Russian.
Sometimes he was Russian. Sometimes he was like Eastern Bloc. Sometimes he was a little bit of German.
But you know what? No matter how it goes, anytime you look at Tim Curry, he's just having an absolute fucking blast.
Anytime.
And I love Tim Curry for that. It does not matter how amazing he is at changing his dialect or his speech to match whatever he's trying to be. He's having fun. And I appreciate that so much.
Well, now you say about his accent, I'm going to have to go back and watch this movie, which I was going to do anyway, not soon. So hopefully I remember when I go back to watch it to remember to pay attention to when he actually has different accent inflections.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it might have been a choice at this point where he's like, I'm going to have heavy accent when I'm supposed to be an intimidating bad pirate, bad person.
I get that.
And then when he's trying to be like talking to Jim on the prow of the boat, being like, that's Polaris. Like dial it back a little bit to really humanize the character and make him relatable and enjoyable to be, so that way you can have that dichotomy. And when it comes time for him to sink in a boat, you can be like, oh, poor guy's going to sink. Oh, well. But also you kind of feel bad about it because, you know, you grow to like the guy.
No, you don't pull guns on kids, man.
Yeah.
You don't pull guns on kids. If the one-legged man has to swim back to the island and he doesn't make it, that's a shame.
Yeah. I'm with Dan on that one. Yeah, no, where I noticed the tone changes was in the galley when you first meet him.
Oh, yeah.
So all
totally
of that happens
different.
within like a 5-minute stretch. When he's talking sitting on the wall, when he's talking walking over to them, when he's talking as they go upstairs, like it's all different accents in a 5-minute span. So I don't know. I want to believe you can, but I don't know if I can.
Oh, no. It's not a believing. I am trying to justify the change as a purposeful thing instead of just him not being able to do it.
Yeah.
This is what I want to believe. I'm not saying that that's what happened.
I'm just imagining some sort of poster, X-Files style, with Tim Curry's face on it. I want to believe, and like different accents and flags. I love Tim Curry so much. Anyways, yeah.
They should have had the tavern lady make like show up at the end to do more knocking over of stuff, and
or hell, not even that. Just
showing her
like,
big teeth.
Have her come back on screen dragging bodies with her or something, because that's
something.
Yeah, because that's how we last saw her, just walking outside with people under her arm.
The thing with the Muppets is that they stay true to the rule of 3 when it comes to jokes, and they did her 3. How does she do that? And that was it.
Oh.
That is a Muppet thing. They don't break that rule.
But there's the expanded rule of 3 is after 3, if you're going to keep going, you have to do it in odds.
Oh.
So it's 3, then it's 5, 7, 9, 11. It does make sense. It does make sense. It is a thing.
Okay. So eventually you have to get to 15 so it can be also a rule of 3. I guess 9 would work.
So, Joe, do you like Mr. Bimbo? I loved Mr. Bimbo as a kid. No?
I was like, wasn't this something? It was in another property.
Yes.
And I don't remember what it was, where someone had someone in their finger.
I think you're thinking of The Shining.
This wasn't the only.
It's The
I think
Shining.
you're thinking of The Shining with Danny Torrance.
No, that's absolutely it.
Thank you.
He's always talking to his finger.
No, that's absolutely it.
But did he refer to it as a man in his finger? I don't remember.
I believe so.
I don't know. I just remember him talking to his finger.
However, Frank Oz did not like the Mr. Bimbo thing, didn't think it was funny, did not want to have it included.
What?
But he was eventually talked into it, and eventually he's like, all right, okay, I kind of get what's going on here. Like, yeah, Frank Oz had to be talked into that being a decent thing to carry on as a joke.
That's wild. I love Frank Oz, but that is definitely a Frank Oz fail, Frank Oz. You should feel ashamed. Glad that they talked you into it.
It could be a case of, on paper, it may not sound great.
True.
But seeing it with the Muppet doing it, that may make it better. Because for me, I'm like, It did it enhance anything? Not really. It just made the character look like an idiot a little bit.
It's Fozzie Bear. He's supposed to look like an idiot.
No, Mr. Bimbo was just for Muppet Treasure Island.
No, not in any properties or like other Treasure Island things. He's saying like the same idea.
Yeah, the idea. It must have been The Shining.
Yeah, I feel like it's The Shining. But honestly, I hated the idea of like Mr. Bimbo be a guy and finger, name of the guy, until everyone's like, who ordered, well, not everyone, when Kermit's like, who ordered this crew? And everyone points at Fozzie, and then Fozzie points at his finger.
Yeah. You are correct, Joe. It is his name of his finger friend is Tony in The Shining.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, it just was knocking around in the back of my head. I'm like, this is something else too. So this was used somewhere else. So it must have been that.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what Frank Oz was a little turned off by, because maybe he didn't, an association between the Muppets and The Shining in a kid's movie may not be the best thing. Now, if you're playing to adults through the Muppets, then yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
I think a lot more things need to tie into The Shining somehow. I think we're missing that in life.
So would it be the guy who throws the fish with an axe
Yes,
coming through the door?
Yes, there should have been a scene with that.
The New Zootopia has a Shining tie-in. I don't remember if I talked about it the last time we were recording. It is.
I heard about that. The second movie, yeah.
It is wild because of how neatly they tuck it into the film.
Yeah. I hear the hedge mazes in there.
Oh, nice. I mean, you can have hedge mazes all sorts of
anywhere. Yeah.
But it's the hedge maze, like down to the snow and the lighting and everything. Like they don't even try to hide it. They don't even try to hide it. It's the hedge maze. Yeah.
I may have to look up that scene specifically. That sounds like fun.
Well, now that we have Joe's Mr. Bimbo hate established, that's sad.
Yeah. Once in a while, I gotta be the one to be the hater. Get the pressure off the dam.
It hurts, guys. I don't like being the hater. I really don't.
Hey, you can like something and also not like every single part of it.
I did not know that Hans Zimmer did the music for this film. Never tied the two together. Saw his name. I'm like, this makes sense.
That does make sense. That's why that music just slaps.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's like a lot of silliness going on, there's just like most of the songs, if not every song, has like something to it that's just like, oh, okay, fine. It's a little bit catchy here.
So we did Muppet Treasure Island, and then 12 years later, when did Pirates come out?
Even the tune where Kermit and Piggy are hung upside down singing. As a kid, didn't like that song, but there's still like a part where I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. As an adult, I appreciate it a little bit more, where it's like, the music, as a kid, it's just because it's slow. It's not as fun.
Yeah, I fully agree.
From 96 to 2003, Hans Zimmer did Muppet Treasure Island, and he have a niggling thought in the back of his head about this for almost 10 years? 7 years?
Can you imagine the job interview?
Hey, you guys want me to do this
your qualifications?
Super serious pirate film? I did the music for Muppet Treasure Island. Mic drop.
That's exactly how I want to imagine it. Exactly.
So one thing about this era of Muppets is that is this the era where it was owned by the Germans? Or is this before that happened?
You're dropping new Muppet lore on me.
Yeah, I didn't know this much about Muppets. February 2000 to May 2003.
So no, this is pre that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 96.
96, yeah.
I didn't even know that was the whole thing, that the Muppets were owned by the Germans.
Yeah, they didn't do a whole lot with the property. Mirror Mask was the movie that they made with under Jim Henson.
Oh, Mirror Mask. Okay.
Creature Workshop.
I feel like Mirror Mask is its time's Lawnmower Man.
Oh, I could. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
This is. I don't think I have no recollection of this film.
So anyway, the reason why I bring that up is because of the puppets themselves. The non-standard Muppets have definitely a different look to them in this movie than, say, the Muppets Take Manhattan, the Christmas Carol, stuff like that. The extra puppets that come in those movies have a very different look to them than this one. And the second thing is that we get really close up camera shots of the puppets, which I never really, when watching Muppet movies, thought about the felt or the styrofoam or the constructive materials. But this movie made me look at the porous materials really up close. And I was like, what? How is that constructed? So I started like, Eagle, his puppet, I started trying to think about how his nose was built at one time instead of paying attention to the movie.
Yeah.
Because I was being so put into the puppet's face.
I could see that. Gonzo's mouth kept pulling me in because I could see the layers of the buildup and everything. Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. I don't know what it is between this movie and Christmas Carol that are so different. Like, Carol is just wonderful, phenomenal. I can never get enough of watching that movie, but this one, watching it again, it just felt entirely different, even though as a child I remember these two being like on equal footing.
Is it because Brian Henson was more of the helm here for the
possibly
Henson Workshop side?
I feel like, and this could just be nostalgia breaking things, but I feel like Christmas Carol feels more like a movie, if that makes sense. Things blend better, look better, like it's more cohesive. Whereas this, you could tell, that's a fake pirate ship. That's a fake this. That's a fake that. That scale doesn't make sense. What's up with this? And it very it very much felt like that watching the entire movie, but it's still a movie and a good movie. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the Muppet Christmas Carol is a movie with the Muppets in it, where I feel like this is more of a Muppet movie with some humans in it, if that makes sense.
There's a lot of humans in this movie.
Yeah, like humans are playing in a Muppet world versus like Muppets are playing in a human world in Christmas Carol. I think that's the best way I could describe it.
I could see that.
I don't like the blue screen in this film.
It gave Hook feelings, like just the overly blue backgrounds and skies and stuff. Yeah.
If you look at all the range of shows and movies from the Jim Henson Creature Workshop, they, for the most part, never did blue or green screens, for the most part. But most of it was trick shots to get full-size puppets and stuff like that. So they didn't have to do anything like a green or blue screen. And the product of this movie has a more fake feel to it, whereas the older films, like let's just say the Otter Jug Band, nothing in there is fake. It's a set. Now it's also scaled way down, very small, but it's also a set. If they could have somehow made a very fake looking set, but a set, their lighting would have been standardized, and that in itself would have been huge for me as a viewer to not
get distracted by it,
get like a blue screen groan going. Cause it's like, okay, cool. The background's a way different
color tone,
shade of light than the foreground. The foreground's like a warm color. The background's a blue color. If they did a silly set, cool. It would have looked great. Because it's Muppets. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to look like a real ocean off the ship.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You could set your set up in front of the real ocean and just call it good.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have the Caribbean blue ocean, but...
Well, unless you shoot down the Caribbean.
Yeah, it sounds expensive.
And I could imagine, like, let's say they made a little ship for Muppets and people to work on. This sounds like an elf disaster waiting to happen, where there's a whole bunch of people walking over these channels and stuff like that. People are going to fall in pits all over the place on a ship that's docked. It's not going to be great.
And the lighting's still going to be weird because they're going to be front lit, and the light in the background's not going to be, because they're not going to use the sun for actual lighting. So it's going to look weird anyway. I've seen plenty of newscasts where like you're looking at the news people and like the news person's super lit and the background's just like regular lit. And so they look like they're blue screened in there, although they're not. They're just there.
Yeah.
With different light source.
Lighting is huge.
I'm really easy to, I find it really easy. I'm not easy to ignore the color difference in these kind of movies because it's already set up with like they're Muppets, they're not real things. I guess it does detract from the fact that like people say when you're talking to Kermit on set, like you think you're talking to an actual like a real living frog. Like that's how good they are at flapping those fingers.
The words you keep choosing to use, I don't understand.
What are you talking about? They got their little fingers up in their mouths and like blah 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 blah. They're not flapping their jaws. I mean, they are flapping their jaws, but it's the fingers that
they're real good about getting them fingers up in Kermit's mouth.
Anyway, I guess you could say that it makes you realize that you're looking at puppets more than you're looking at a cast, like a realistic cast. I could see that being taking yourself out.
The blind pirate puppet was great.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
There were some standouts for sure. That Dead Tom, as we already mentioned, I love some of these puppets.
Old Tom, Dead Tom, and Real Dead Tom.
Yep.
No. It's Old Tom, Really Old Tom, and Dead Tom. There's only 3 of them.
Oh, Dead Tom. That's right. Really Old Tom.
Damn it, Dan, you led me astray.
And Dead Tom's the dead one.
I led you astray. I was confused as well. My memory is not as good as it used to be.
But yeah, I think the movie's all right.
It was, like I said, I haven't seen it in 20 plus years. So going into this and also talking to Ken on the side constantly about this movie, it was always, that movie's amazing. Everyone else can shut up. I love that movie. But I don't know. I feel like my opinion has slightly changed after watching it after 20 plus years. I still love it.
You have an opinion?
I still love it and I still like it. But I feel like my problem is I can't separate this from Christmas Carol, and I can't put them side by side. Or I have to put them side by side. Not I can't just have them on the same nostalgia shelf in my memory bank.
Sure.
Because I still love this movie. I do. But there are some things where it's just not on the same caliber for me. So that definitely stuck out when I watched it this time.
Well,
which makes me sad.
I'm gonna shove it right back at you. I don't have any nostalgia for Christmas Carol.
That's fine. It's
a fine movie. I don't actually have any opinion whether or not it's a good movie or not. It's a movie that exists. I've seen it once or twice, but like it hasn't resonated with me at all.
I think for me, Christmas Carol's easier. See, I think that movie was easier to shoehorn into a childhood, into adulthood, because it's a holiday movie. So it's like, it's easy to throw on. It's like, oh yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol. That's a Christmas movie. We're watching that. Whereas Muppet Treasure Island, it's like, that's at will. That's ad hoc when you throw it on. It's not, oh, there's a holiday. Let's throw on Muppet Treasure Island.
Something really has
throw
to
it on
like
whenever, and you just do
trigger you to like put Muppet Treasure Island on.
Yep.
I mean, that being said,
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yes. I watched all of this last night before going to bed. That might have been a mistake. But I have all of the songs just bouncing around in my head right now, and I'm probably going to have that going for another couple of days. And it's awful.
It's classic. Yep. It fits.
It's awful, but it's like I would do it again.
No, it's hilarious.
I mean, I would need another 365 days or more.
Yeah.
But like I said,
it's like when Jim Hawkins singing.
Nah, I can do without that.
It's like when Jim Hawkins singing, there's got to be something better. And you're like, is he talking about doing this movie or is his character?
Ooh. I think it's his character. It's his character. Not the movie.
So I will say I did notice something. I did notice one thing, and it was definitely nostalgia hitting me in the gut. I remember this movie making me fall asleep as a child, and I definitely fell asleep the first time watching it as an adult. And I had to go back and finish it a second time. Cozy movie, yes. Makes me happy, yes. I love Muppets. I love Muppet Treasure Island. Just definitely hits me in the sleepy jeans.
You wear jeans to bed?
I do.
The shrimp would have fit really well into this movie, but they didn't use them.
We got Pauly.
So would the Swedish Chef in place of Tim Curry. But Tim Curry is the only chef for some reason. Can't have two chefs.
Well, the Swedish Chef was working for the pigs.
I have a feeling that harkens back to the actual book, because this is not a original property here.
That's true. This is Muppets doing something, which I was going to ask, are there any more instances of this, or is that it? Did they just do Muppet Christmas Carol, which is Charles Dickens, and then they did this, which is Treasure Island? But
Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I have no idea who does Treasure Island.
I don't recall. Did they like redo any famous things and make it their own version, or did they do it twice and say, "Yep, we're good," and then just start making Muppet movies?
They did the Wizard of Oz.
Wait,
Did they?
did the Muppet Wizard of Oz?
See, I'm not fluent on this.
Oh my God, they did.
Yeah, with Christina Milan.
Oh yeah, they did do it in 2005. That's crazy. I didn't even know they were doing anything in 2005.
I don't remember that.
That's probably why, because I shut off in the 90s from...
How's Quentin Tarantino part of that film?
Yeah, I didn't watch this movie. Let's be
Tarantino's in it.
I should have.
Ashanti.
David Alan Grier. Queen Latifah.
Ashanti, that's it.
Kelly Osbourne's in it too. What the hell? This is okay. We're all learning new Muppets things today. Damn. Okay, so they at least did another. They did Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And it seems like they went back to Christmas because I'm wondering if they felt like that was a safe place, because they also have, outside of A Christmas Carol, it's a very merry Muppet Christmas and a Muppet's Christmas Letters to Santa.
Oh, they also have Muppet Family Christmas, Muppet...
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, it makes sense to take this because it's a family... Like, when you're talking about money grabbing, you take what you're a family property, and you make something for a family type thing. So you get, like Christmas Carol, people sitting down to watch something, and they watch the Muppet because it's a family thing. They can watch the Muppets as a family. There'll be a little bit something for everybody in there.
I don't know how I feel now, though. Like, I'm looking at the list of the movies, and I feel like I almost prefer the Muppets when it's doing its own thing and you are invited into the Muppet universe versus them doing something and adding Muppets to it. I don't know how I feel. I could be swayed either way on that one. And that makes me wonder, maybe that's why they didn't do more existing stories. But I don't know. How did Muppet Treasure Island do? Like, did it do okay in theaters? Is that potentially a reason?
That is a great question.
It grossed $47 million worldwide.
How much did it cost?
That's what I'm looking for. It was third opening weekend. It was third behind Broken Arrow and Happy Gilmore.
Production budget of approximately $5 million, which is crazy.
Earned 5 times the cost.
Oh, Spam sued the movie for naming the pig Spam.
Spam. I mean, they would. They do that. One, because they don't want to have a face on their food. People don't want to eat things with faces.
Quote from the judge.
And two, it's
one
their
might
property.
think Hormel would welcome the association with a genuine source of pork.
Well done.
And that was the judge's last note when dismissing the suit.
Wow.
They dismissed it because they couldn't, the Hormel could not provide damages.
Well, yeah, that's a little hard to prove. How did the Muppets Treasure Island ruin your brand and image? I don't know. They said it. They said our name. Nothing there.
Spam is probably considered non-trademarkable and stuff like that at that point too, because spam is a word outside of a product.
Exactly.
It's been used.
Yep.
So they failed to lock down their product name, and that's what happens.
Sorry, Spam, not today.
Too good, too long.
Meanwhile, I accidentally looked up the Jim Henson Creature Workshop film history. Holy cow!
They
have a long
list
of
movies.
Things.
I would never guess.
I know, right? It's some stuff you'd never imagine.
Are we going to have a Muppet year?
They worked on The Talented Mr. Ripley. What did they do? It just says visual effects. That's
They did visual
amazing.
effects,
I'm
man.
Some
curious.
kind of something was a puppet. Something needed to be controlled by an actor, either from within or off camera.
I feel like there's a dog in that movie, so probably that.
Oh, sure.
I've never seen the movie, so there
It's been
might
a long
not
time
be.
since I watched it. They apparently did the animatronics for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
awesome.
Haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Same, yeah.
I thought they were all going to be 3D digital models.
Yeah, that's what I would have assumed. So hearing that they've actual animatronics,
That's awesome.
I give it a thumbs up now. But before we get too lost in the weeds of all this stuff, would you recommend the Muppet Treasure Island to others?
Wholeheartedly.
I'd say if you like Muppets, sure, why not?
I feel like if you were to introduce the Muppets via Treasure Island, I think you would get decent response. To someone who's never seen any of the Muppets, it's a little more tame. It's not wild. It's not too wild and wacky.
But they have a whole lot of weird offshoots that are wild and wacky, like the whole cruise storyline
Yeah.
subplot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would introduce the new to the Muppet, is what you call it, mythos.
Muppetverse.
That there is no fourth wall.
The extended Muppetverse.
Well, I mean, on top of it, we're living in a time where they rebooted the Muppet
And it
Show.
did really well.
True.
Yeah. Well, and they put Sabrina Carpenter in her. That was real smart.
She did
and
a good
also,
job.
she's great.
It's kind of rough. I'd say that's probably the best place to start new young people off with, so they get something that they can visually recognize in the show with the Muppets.
Absolutely.
If you're working with adults, I'd say absolutely the classic Muppet Show is the place to start, just because they do so much and have so many people in it that you can find something for just about anyone.
Muppets Take Manhattan.
But yeah, if we're sticking to movies, that's a different story.
I take it all back. I'm going to introduce people to the Muppets with Weezer.
Hey, that's great. I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Do
that's
The
fair.
music video for Keep Fishing.
Because Miss Piggy has a crush on Rivers. Or was it Pat, the drummer?
I think it's Pat.
Yeah, she ties him up.
Because then Animal has... Because then
Animal
Animal
has
can
the
drum
drums.
for
You're
the
right. You're right.
drummer.
Yep. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that song's going to be stuck in my head, and I'm going to be happy.
Then I guess the other thing would be, does it hold up?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm interested in, Andy, your version, because you seem conflicted.
Okay, so I think it still does hold up. I think for me, it was more so kind of a shock just because it didn't hold up to what I remembered or I imagined
that's fair.
nostalgia-wise. This is one of the first times actually that we've been doing this where I've actually had to stop and think about how nostalgia impacted this movie for me, because usually I keep up with the things I like, even if it's like a break in between here and there, I still keep up. I go back to things I enjoy. I remember things fondly and at least somehow keep a hand in them. No pun intended with them being Muppets, but I haven't been particularly engaged in the Muppets since I was a child. I mean, yeah, the new movie came out and it was amazing, but then they fumbled with the second movie and I never actually saw it. I just heard it wasn't as
It was
good.
awful. I went and saw it, and I told you about it when it came out.
Yeah.
I remember standing in the office and being terribly disappointed in it.
And that's what's disappointing is they revived it so well. I believe that was Jason Segel who did that, and or Jason Segel. And then to take something put on a silver platter and then just like dump it in the garbage can made me so sad, and I just kind of fell off the Muppets wagon at that point. I know the show has gotten amazing reviews, but I still feel hurt by that. So I still feel cautious about jumping back into the Muppets. So I don't know. It's been weird for me not having seen this movie for 20 plus years, because if I had not seen it, I would still be just like beating that drum saying it's incredible. You need to introduce your kids to it. Watch it. But now, after seeing it again, it's like I feel like I need to process my own emotions and my own feelings of coming back to this movie after not seeing it for so long before I could actually say something about it to someone else. So I'm in a weird spot where I still haven't fully unpacked how I am. I still love it. It's just, it's like having a vision of a childhood hero or something and then seeing them in real life.
Oh,
I don't know. It's
no, we're not going to make that similarity.
I don't know. It's like I would still recommend it. Obviously, it's an amazing movie for kids, especially, are pirates still even a thing that kids care about anymore? Probably not, but it's still fun. I like
A
it.
bunch of the cultural references that they make in this film are dated. That's a given.
The autobiography that they pull out of nowhere,
Henry
or whatever that
Kissinger,
was.
yes.
That was interesting. Turns out he was supposed to be on the very first Muppet Show. I think it was with Carrie Fisher. Then Carrie Fisher backed out last minute. And then he backed out last minute. And so they occasionally make jokes about Henry Kissinger showing up on the show because he never actually showed up on the show.
Henry Kissinger being referenced, if it wasn't something with their show, it would be a wild swing, because that's how I took it. I'm like, that's a real wild reference for a
That is a wild swing.
children's movie.
Absolutely. I don't understand, like, even to this point where they're like, yeah, let's throw a political guy in there. That's fine.
It's a good film. I think it does sit pretty highly on top of a foundation of nostalgia. I honestly, I was caught off guard by how much of the movie I had tucked and buried in my mind. I had like full lines coming up before They were being spoken. I was inadvertently singing along with the songs because I had no control of my actions. Katie looked over at me like I was singing under my breath, and she's like, "Are you singing along with them?" Like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. And there's several scenes where I'd smile from ear to ear because I remembered them instantly. It's like, oh yeah, I remember laughing hard at that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, so we're in a room with a dead guy and then they all scream and run out like that. I remember that very vividly from childhood. Like, there's a lot of things like that made me laugh and brought me right back.
Now that's interesting. First, the songs are hostily catchy now. They will.
They're more than just an earworm.
They will just get into your head and hold that saber to your head, being like, you will sing along. And then a couple years back, I was like, man, that's an interesting way to do it. Like, they kill a character, which is, I think, unusual for a Muppet movie. And they call it out in the movie, but they kill the guy twice to lighten that load for a child, I feel like.
Yep.
Like, they kill him, and then they bring him back with his death grasp, and then they send him off a final time with a dead Joe.
Don't run with scissors or other pointy objects.
Yeah, or you're about to lose an very funny. Yeah, so it's kind of good that they give a nice little cushion pillow there to allow you to be like, all right, this is happening. We're gonna like have some laughs, so it's not like a complete downer.
Yeah.
Although you had just a few minutes with the guy, and he was a bit,
Yeah, he's a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how fast your opinion on the owner of the inn, your opinion on her.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
swings so
It goes
fast. Like, this she's just a
Yep.
crazy drunk lady who's taking advantage of this orphan boy and a rat and whatever.
Yes. She's mean and terrible. Wait, she's awesome.
Yeah. Like I think that's the biggest swing in movie history for a character being a villain to a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because it's like everything just washes away the second you see her walking out of the building holding two guys shouting.
So that was us using a map of nostalgia to dig up the treasure of an old movie that everyone has good, soft, fur, fuzzy, puppet-like memories of, except for me. But if you want to hear us yammer on about more movies, maybe Muppet-like in their creation, stick around, subscribe, tell others to do the same. You know, hey, whatever. You can do
it.
you.
You know you can.
But,
you know you want to.
You got this.
Yeah. No, you're not. You just do it.
I try not to be pushy. You know,
It's a
I really should
mouse
come up with
click or
new
a finger
way to
tap.
wrap
That's
these.
all you got. You don't. There is nothing that you have to like.
Yeah, we're not making money off of this. That's for sure.
God, no, we're not. I mean, God, if we were, maybe we'd have more than one episode a month.
Maybe.
I'm enjoying doing this at the cadence we're doing. If we had to cram, like, it might get a little bit exhausting.
Back when we were doing 2 episodes a month, that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, that's dedication to the
Especially
craft.
on the people editing. Oof.
Yeah, it was. It was. Joe,
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it for so long, man. Like,
Anyway, we'll be back next time. We'll get away from the felt. We'll get away from Ken's suggestions. And we'll go into spring
training.
Spring training.
Baseball.
with Field of Dreams. So, come back next time when we rewind again.
And did you know that all the ghosts are Muppets? And they're made by the Jim Henson Company?
Oh, God.
Now we're talking interesting.
Oh, God.
A Muppet's Field of Dreams. Bring back Kevin Costner for it. Everyone else is a Muppet. Nice. I like this.